Good morning, guys. It's currently 9:40 a.m., September 21st, and we are at Intro to Psych.
And this is my student. Can everybody say good morning?
Good morning.
And how's everybody? Good. Good have to be excited, no? Big voice, loud. 1, 2, 3, say yeah. 1, 2, 3. So soft. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's count. Okay. So now I push this back to me. Okay. Now today we are going to continue. See, the longer pandemic take place, the better the teacher have a good skill for recording, right? So actually nowadays when we be a teacher, you cannot just come here to teach. You need to try to do recording. You need to try to handle. So actually we even have a meeting. Our faculty together talk about what technology we can use to record the class. So we try, okay. And I think for this, the one thing I think the benefit is if students are able to be here, okay, because they're not allowed to be here, then they can join our class, okay. And also if you have to go home and say, I don't know what she said for the part, then you can come back and review. And even myself, I can go back to say, how can I teach it that way, right? I should do better. So I think that has many, many advantages. And I find when I'm so boring, I open the YouTube and look at myself and say, I'm funny or I'm boring, So this for us. So then when we have chance, I'm going to turn the screen to you and you can share more. Okay, so let's review a little bit because sometimes students may be a little bit confused about this part. So I think it would be good to review a little bit about positive and negative reinforcement. Looks like Harry is ready to talk. Just give me a second. I'm glad. I let students have a race, and don't let Harry own the whole stage. Okay. When he share, I also want everybody share because this is our stage. Okay. So Tyree, you want to give us an idea about positive and negative?
I actually had a question. I can read it for you.
Oh, you want to read the PowerPoint?
No. I had a question.
Your question, okay.
Okay, you ready? Okay. So I'm kind of confused on the positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement. I feel like the definitions is kind of opposite of what I would assume. So.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So let's give a try. He confused about positive and negative, right? Anybody want to give him an answer? Brendan, you want to try? Brendan don't want to try. Jamie, you want to try? You want to try to explain? It's okay. It's okay to be wrong. At least you try. I'm going to do this.
I think they only as an attitude, so like a positive attitude would make you positive brain, so positive reinforcement, and then a negative attitude would be like avoiding good person, so like negative attitude. That's how I say it with attitude.
So negative, you say you avoid something to get something good.
Yeah.
So you avoid not study. The purpose is to get good grade.
Yeah.
You can use that way to say. You can use and we can explain. So that Jamie say the attitude. Positive would be you do something to make your behavior increase. And then negative will be you avoid something but make that behavior increase. So you avoid not study so you can get good grade. So you get good grade, so then next time you'll avoid those lazy behavior. Right? That's a good try. Anybody else? No? Dale? You have a camera face to you. No? Okay. Sorry, not try to use this to drain you. Okay, I think this is fun stuff here. Okay, so, shoot. So Jamie give us a good explanation. Actually, that's why one of our students in other class. That's what they say. Okay, but another way you can look at is you gain something. You gain something. And then negative, you lose something. You get away something. Okay, so your mother saw nagging, and you try to because you don't study. Anybody remember before you moved to college or you stay at home, and then if your mother go into your room and you are not studying, then what your mother say? Why don't you study? What are you doing? Right? And then your mother will come and check all the time. So in order to avoid your mother's nagging, you better study. But what's the purpose for your mother? What's your purpose to try to avoid your mother? Because purpose is to increase your learning behavior. And forgive your mother. I'm the mother, I'm the same way. I want to see my kids even pretending work so hard. That clear?
Yes.
And same thing for punishment. Punishment here, do I have punishment here? Okay, for punishment, same thing. For punishment, you gain something. Like you get a ticket. I get a traffic ticket, right? And the purpose of the police give me a ticket is for me to reduce my speedy behavior, right? And then after I get my ticket, then I will lose money. So I have to go and pay my fines, right? And so then that's a negative punishment. I need to give away something. And this is I gain something. Okay, but do we increase behavior or reduce behavior? Actually, it's if you want to reduce behavior, then punishment. Okay, punishment. Okay? That good, Harry?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, good. To have a question in the beginning of the class. That's very good. So when you have a question in your mind, don't get disappointed to yourself. Say, oh, I'm so stupid. You should say, yeah, I got a chance to ask question. Sometimes you want to ask question, but nothing here to ask, But even when you come here, even you don't have question, you can also share. Okay, you can say, oh, I have something I want to share. Okay, by the way, anything want to share? No? Hopefully from now on, when you have something even that can be so funny and you write down, say, I'm going to share in my class. Okay, remember this is our class and this is our home from 9:30 to 10:45 on Monday. This is your home. Okay, so when you go home, you want to share. You want to go home like Tari walk in like I'm coming to class, don't walk in like this. Okay, I want you to, are you happy to see me? Please say yes, pretend. You're happy to see me? Okay, you're pretending. If you pretend so long, you become real. Okay, but I'm not pretending. I really like to see you. When my alarm rings at 5:15, I said, what? Oh, Monday. 5:15. I have better wake up because I have to start to drive at 6 something, right? And then in this moment, if I remember which class I'm going to teach, and then remember those students' face, then cheer me up. And I say, okay, I know what my day is for. Okay? And then, but if I wake up and say, oh, today is the day I have to do blah, 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 and that's not something I like, oh, I better go back to sleep. So actually, I really like my job. This is the best thing in my life. I don't like to go to bank, do those. I even don't like shopping. I don't even like to cook it, but I like to teach. So if your teacher like to teach you too much, sorry, that's me. Okay, I want to teach since 4th grade. Now I got a chance to teach. Of course, I'm going to teach, right? Anybody, you're going to be a teacher in the future? Everybody, right? What kind of teacher?
I was gonna, I want to be a psychiatrist, but when I get old, I would like to be a psychology professor.
Good. Actually, teacher is pretty good, but you need to like it. Don't do it because you have to do. Like my husband is a teacher. he don't really like to teach. He just have to do because he get into this field very long time ago, and he don't feel he can quit. You know, so that's different mentality. Okay, so we know this, and we already know this, right? Anybody want to give us a very quick about stimulus generation and stimulus discrimination? Generation is mean when you like, okay, so if you like this class, then you more likely go to school because then those class, I like this class, that's the class, right? But then gradually, you learn this class is fun, that class is not fun. You learn to discrimination, right? And so little kids, the same thing. Before they know everything, you give them a chance to generalize. So they like it. But then they start to say, Mom, you lied to me. This is not as good as that one, right? So that's, we have to learn, that's our learning process. Generalize first, and then learn discrimination, okay? And then the more you can discriminate the different, the more your eye will get so sharp. So now, hopefully, you discriminate the difference between Pavlov and Skinner. Can you able to and I know a lot of you already finished the discussion, right? And I asked you about the difference between these two, right? I didn't have a chance to read them. I'm going to read sometime tonight, tomorrow. Okay, so I assume you already know. Okay, now we also talk about the schedule, right? Anybody remember the schedule? Okay, for this chart, is anybody want to come here? I give you my stage, and you explain this for us. Anybody want to come here? I give you the stage to explain this. Different schedule of reinforce. Okay, then let's do together. What's this one? What's this one? This is called fixed ratio. What's a fixed ratio say? What's a fixed ratio? That means when you give people reinforce, you go by how many times? Now, how long the time, not duration. How many times they do? Okay, so like salesman, you sell 3 cars, you got a commission. Then you sell 6 cars, you get commission. So then salesman, if he really need or she really need the money, then she work very hard. See, for little mice, you know, every, I don't know how many times they push, maybe here, maybe 100 times or something. They get a meatball, get a meatball, get a meatball. So then in 20-some minutes, push almost 1,000 times. That's called fixed ratio. Everybody clear? Okay. Then what is a variable ratio? What's a variable ratio? Like you do gambling. You don't even know how many times you push the machine and you will win. You don't know. You always think maybe next time, maybe next time, maybe next time, right? And so the same thing for these little mice. They see Skinner give reinforce here, and then here, and then wait for so long, give reinforce here, right? So little mice, because get a 2 times, pretty good, got a reinforce. So they say, yes, next time, next time, next time, next time. Ooh, until what? Until 7:40, and that's finally it's come, right? And then that one, and so take about 30 minutes to get almost 1,000 times. Okay, so this also good reinforce. Okay, think about what gambling is so hard to start, right? Because you always believe next time, right? But not as good as the first one. Okay, then the red color is called fixed interval. Fixed interval, like you get salary every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks. No matter how hard you do it, they don't care. They just care the duration. They only care about duration, right? So think about people work for this kind of paycheck. They can be lazy, right? For example, in my job, we get paycheck in first day of the month and then 5th. So I'm so excited the first day of payment come in, right? And then I start to pay all the bill and the money all gone. Then 15 still a long way to go. I can be very lazy. I'm not trying any harder. And then finally 14, yeah, I'm excited again because the 15 is coming. And then you get lazy, right? So you see, that's how these little mice, see, you can see a little bit lazy, right? Right, because have to wait this long. Why work harder? Why work harder? No matter how hard I try, I still need to wait for the time, right? So see, up to 80 minutes, only get to 750. And the worst is this one. You ask me to wait, but how long? I don't even know how long I have to wait. Sometimes 1 month, sometimes 2 months, sometimes 3 months. So if you are the boss and you pay your employee in that way, I don't think your company can survive. You know, the working energy, the motivation will be kind of low. Okay, so is it clear now? This chart? Okay, and then again, go back to your own example. When you study, go back to your own example. And if you like me, like to teach, maybe you can even teach yourself. Open my PowerPoint, teach yourself. Or you can even revise my PowerPoint, become your own PowerPoint. And then after that, you'll be very good knowledge, because when you have to teach, you have to be familiar with the material. So teach actually the best way. I found I learned a lot through teaching. Okay, so well, I know be a student is hard because you sit there hard. So if you are very tired, you can even stand up. You can walk to the back and then do some stretch. I'm not going to blame you. Okay, don't feel free. As long as you don't walk out. If you walk out, it broken my heart. But inside here, you can do a little bit stretch, you know, because just keep sitting can be very hard. Okay, and then this chart kind of tell us, no matter what schedule you use, partial, their stress better than continuous. Okay, see, continuous, if you don't give reinforced, shoot, very quickly, extension, no more. You know, every time you give me money, if I do something, if you don't give me money, I'm not going to do anything. Okay, but if you use the partial reinforcement, then the strength of reinforcement can be longer, because they know not every time. They know not every time. Okay? Okay, and then we talk about shaping, and we talk about here. Okay, so actually in our life, we use operant condition a lot, right? So for example, this had to be B there. I'm missing a word here. Okay, so this is behavior modification. Okay, behavior modification. So we do a lot, especially in the education. For the little kids, don't you think we need a lot of operant condition, right? Reinforce. How many of you remember you wait online for your teacher to give a lollipop in preschool, right? And the kids behave so good, so they got lollipop, right? Or teacher give you the point, right? Give the point, so good point, then you can exchange to popcorn or something, right? So that is called behavior modification, okay? Especially people have the kind of like misbehave, and they cannot change, okay? For example, a drug, alcohol, okay, usage, okay? Or gambling, right? And then, you know, how do you make them change their behavior, right? You want to punish them, but you want to use a good way to punish, okay? So that is okay. Another thing, and then for some reason I don't know why the words don't come out, but that means let's think about. I think maybe just the color, but let's think about when punishment work. When punishment work, what make punishment work? Punishment not necessarily bad. Okay, when punishment are using in the right time, in the right moment. When you use the right moment, the punishment is good. Okay. Also, when punishment used and you go along with the information, sometimes we punish people and we don't provide any information. You just keep tell me no, but what can be yes? Can you tell me what do I do so you can say yes to me, right? And also, if we can consistent, so sometimes consistency can be hard, okay? So for example, for our Moodle, we put a due date, and then I'm learning for consistency because one time our dean talked to me and he said, you are doing pretty good. One thing you still not good is you're not consistent. You're too generous for your due date. Because when students say, I didn't do this. Can you change the due date? I said, oh sure. And I thought that's a good thing, but actually students complain about it. So then I know if I'm not keep consistent, then student can say, well, she's going to change the day anyway. Whatever she says is not come. Then that punishment is not working. Okay, so it's important you have to be consistency. Okay, so what do you have in your notes? What I say the first thing? The right time. The timing have to be right. The secondary is what? Provide the information. Provide the information, right? You don't just say no. Because if people keep telling you no, it's very disappointing, very frustrated. What can be yes, right? So that's important here. And then so here I will tell you, so when it's not right. Okay, when punishment fails, first of all, sometimes when we give the punishment, we are inappropriate or we are mindlessly. That means you become abused. You are not used to appropriate punishment, right? You just because you have power, so you punish people, okay, and not a healthy way, okay. So that can fail, okay. Then secondly, think about when you punish people, what the people feel? Anxious, scared. Okay, I remember in my country when I in elementary school, we believe punishment is the best way for push students study harder. So when every time when teacher give the test back, okay, that was called Fang-Mei, and I need to come up, and then teacher will say, you got a 98, so I need to do this because it will be 2 spanking. Okay, and then 93, 97 will be what? 3. 96 will be 4. So then I just remember we always so nervous, right? You are not, you should be 98, should be very happy, right? But in that time they consider you are not studying hard enough. Okay, so is that good? No, right? Nobody like to be punished. Like when police after me, it made me nervous too, right? So that is a problem for punishment, okay? Another thing is, it's only for temporarily, right? It's only for temporarily. Because I say no, so you stop. But if I'm not there, then you do it, right? Temporarily. They stop because you. So that's why sometimes when we drive, when we see police car, everybody slow down. When the police car run away, everybody shoo. In my country, actually, they don't have police car follow you. They take pictures. They have camera everywhere. So you don't need a police. You thought you are safe, then next day you got a bill. And they have picture, they take, and they even see your face. They say, oh, but American too big. If you want a camera, it will be too hard, it will be too expensive. But just keep in mind, reinforcement better than punishment. Reinforcement make you happy and you want to do more. Punishment make you angry, anxious, and you don't want to do it. You don't do enough because you don't want it. You just don't want to make you trouble, right? Okay. Also, does not immediately follow the behavior. For example, you bring your kids in the future when you be a parent, and then you are in the shopping center and your kids misbehave. Can you just stop there and then give them your kids spanking? I don't think you can do nowadays. Before you walk out, children's service will come. Right? So then you say, okay, I'm not going to punish you. Then when we go home, let's see. So when you get home and you kind of everybody forget it, say, honey, can you help me bring the grocery into the house? Also, your kids so cute, and then help you bring all the grocery and inside. I settle down. You remember that misbehavior long time ago, and you say, Johnny, go to stand in the corner for 15 minutes. Why? But Johnny already forgot that misbehavior. You still remember, you feel you had to be consistent, right? Okay, so your Johnny, after helping you carry all the grocery into the house and got punishment, have to stay in the corner for 15 minutes. What happened? What happened next time? Your Johnny believe help you carry the grocery is not good at all, right? And so that can be the trouble, because if your consequence not follow the behavior, especially for little kids, they're not able to associate. They're not able to associate. So then maybe you should do, if you cannot do right away, you just need to give them warning. Or sometimes you can, before you get into grocery store, just say, well, remember last time you have this issue? I forgive you last time, but this time can we? So proactive. Proactive rather than reactive. Do you know the difference between proactive and reactive? What's proactive? What's reactive? What's proactive? What's reactive? Yes?
Proactive is like just being productive at all times, and then reactive is just reacting to whatever happens.
Yes. So now in your college life, do you want to be proactive or you want to be reactive? Proactive. So prepare in advance. So when no matter what teacher say, you say, I'm ready. Because I'm proactive, okay? Don't wait for things come and say, oh my gosh, why so many stuff there? Okay, so that's important. Okay, now, does not inform the information how to avoid. This is the same as the one we talk about. That part say they don't give information for punishment. So this one say the reason is fail because you didn't give them what can they do to avoid this in the future. When you punish, you just so angry. You don't even have energy to explain anything. Right? So and then there can be a trouble, especially for little kids. Or they don't even know. They don't even know this. They have no idea. They are not old enough to understand the stuff. And you don't provide the information. For example, I think I mentioned in this country, when you turn red light, you can turn right? In my country, you cannot. And then if I'm never in that country, and then I got a ticket, I don't know why I got a ticket, right? So the police have to say, well, you cannot turn right in the red light. I said, oh, okay, then you will learn next time, right? Okay, and also punishment proved to be reinforcing, right? Especially for the parents so busy, they never have a chance to play with their kid or interact with the kid. Like if you are trouble in school, who they call? They call your parents. And then think about the kids, they never see their parents. And now just because they have trouble, the parents come. What a good reinforce. So if I miss my parents, I better make some trouble so my parents come. Right? So you can see punishment, if we don't do good, they can be a good reinforce for some kids. And that's not something you want to do. Okay, and then I think here, pretty much the same here. Okay. Okay. Okay, so the pros and cons. Okay, you prefer because you say, you can make the undesirable behavior disappear. Okay, hope that's true. And then if you want to do, maybe you come back with reinforcement of desired behavior. Do both ways. If they do good, they get reinforcement. If they don't do bad, they get it. So they get balance. They get balance. They know. So then people will have a tendency to do good because they know. Do you believe life is a matter of choice? Right? Like every moment you can decide. Right? Like this morning you can decide continue to sleep or wake up, come to class. Right? And then when you're in the class, you can decide, I'm going to raise my hand, do some talking, or I'm just going to keep quiet, right? And then after the class, then when you go to past the cafeteria, you can decide, I'm going to go in and eat or not go in, right? And then when you go in, you can decide, do I pick fry and hamburger, or I'm going to do more healthy food, right? So the same thing when we do the behavior, ask yourself, what can be good? Don't make me regret next minute. What can be good so I don't regret next minute, right? And that is the choice, okay? And then, here say if you really need to do punishment, okay? If you really need to do, please don't involve do physical abuse, okay? And please be consistent. Okay, but then if you are physical abuse, please don't be consistent. That's scary, right? So don't do that. No physical, and then if you do a good way, be consistent. Okay, and then you give them information, and then follow the reinforcement. I think that's okay. Okay, now about reward. We said reinforcement is good. How can be the problem for reinforcement? What can be a problem for reinforcement? Let's say the problem with reward. Okay, now let's see these two. Extrinsic reinforcement and the intrinsic reinforcement. What is these two? What's intrinsic reinforcement? What's this? What's intrinsic? You get something from outside, not inside. They are not naturally. Okay, you give, for example, is anybody remember you used to, in the library journals, reading program in the library? Is your library have reading program? Right, and what they do? You got a point by how many books you read. Okay, now, how many of you actually like to read? You like to read. Okay. How do you feel when you read? Feel good, right? You feel satisfied, right? So, let me see. Since I have write this. Okay. So, Jenny, right? Why you like to read?
Why do I like to read?
Yeah.
Because I learn a lot when I read.
So you learn it from reading, right? And then I think medicine also say you like to read.
Yeah.
Why you like to read?
I don't know, it's just like, it takes you to another place than wherever you are.
Yeah. You can feel like you are somewhere, right? And so, if they like to read, who else raise hand? Right? The Firola, right? Why you like to read?
I don't know, it just like calms me down.
Huh?
It calms me down.
Really? Wow, what an easy kid.
Well,
So,
it depends what I'm reading.
what kind of book you like to read? Okay. Well, so if they like to read, but they go to library, and the librarian give them points because they read the book, do you think that can be a problem? How can be the problem?
If kids are just only reading it for the points and
Yeah. Before you just like to read, calm you down. And now you realize that you can get a point by reading. Actually ruin their test. Next time you can say, well, how many points I get for this, right? Why when in the summer I read for library, I get point, I get, prize. And then when I'm just home read, nobody give me anything. So the suggestion for this is if people naturally like something, don't try to give them extrinsic reward. Because they already got it by doing something they like. Like, you don't need to reward me for teaching. I like to teach. Sometimes, the school may say, can you teach one class for free? I say, sure, why not? Because teaching already good enough for me. Why I need to teach and then pay? Of course, pay would be nice, but if you don't pay me, sometimes church invite me to give speech, and they don't give me anything. But just go and meet the people. The best reward of teaching is what? Your eye. When I can see your eye, when I see you are concentrate and then smile and nod in your head, you make teacher want to continue to teach. And then don't try this on me, but if you, in one class, if you find the teacher becomes so boring and you look around, must be everybody like this. Not even look at teacher. So if you are in that class, please be an angel for that teacher. Look at teacher, because you may be the only one can keep him survive. It's hard. So anyway, so understand what's intrinsic and intrinsic reward. Okay, so that means if you give them something they already like, like to. Are you like music? Right, you like music. Who else like music? You like music. Wow. So if you guys like music, you don't need the people give you some kind of reward, right? That would be nice. But you don't. If you don't, you still like, because making music already reward. Right? When you make music, you sing the whole day, and even people don't understand yet, you enjoy yourself so much, right? And that is your gift. That's your gift, right? And of course, if you get popular and people like you, your music, that's even better. But if you people don't like it, you know what you write the music for. You have meaning there, right? Okay. Okay, and then that's something here we already talked about. Okay. Okay, so let's move to so we talk about those two, okay, classical and operant. Classical and operant, right? And classical is mean you are your CS plus US to go to your response, right? So your purpose is for people learn something new, CS, right? Something new, CS. So right now, by pair your name and your face, gradually you supposed to be CS, gradually you will be able to connect with my CR. So then I will able to call your name, okay? So that's classical condition. And then what operant condition say? If I do something, even I don't know what I'm doing, but you get a really good consequence, then you want to go back. You want to do that again, right? You find, oh, wow, that is so fun. So don't you guys, when you read a book, maybe the first book you pick, you don't really know, but when you read so good, you want to continue to read. And you want to continue to read the writer. The writer writes some book, right? The second, the third one, right? And so that's their principle of learning. Now, this part is called learning in mind. Okay, learning in mind. So quite a few of you guys write down about Edward Tolman, no? Right? Who writes Edward Tolman? Who is the one writing this? Okay, do you want to tell us about him?
Actually, I did like a week ago, so
You don't really.
yeah.
Okay. Anybody remember? Okay. You want to come here to tell us so I can recall you? Come here. Come here. Yeah, this is your stage. And you can close to my phone so we can get your voice.
Edward Tolman, he did a study on like mice, and he had mazes where they would have to like memorize the maze, or sometimes they wouldn't get fed.
Okay.
But yeah. that's all.
Okay. So he also do the math, right?
Yep.
Okay. And thank you. So the difference between him and the operant condition or classical condition, he used the math. Okay, where's my math? Do I have math here? I know a lot of your paper have math. Okay. He found actually, when he give them, okay, here. Okay. Now, he used the 3 group. Okay, one group is never reinforced. Okay, the second group is reinforced after 10 days. The third group is always reinforced. Okay, so then you can see they try to see if you reinforce them, they will less likely to make mistake. Okay, because when you try that little mice for them math, they will hit the wall, right? They don't really know what's going on. So for the always group, you give them reinforce, say wrong, turn right a little bit. Did you play those games before? Like people close the eye, right? And they have to go straight. Okay, now you guys tell me, okay, if I want to walk straight, but if I walk wrong, can you tell me wrong? Okay, can you tell me wrong? Okay, start it. Nobody tell me anything. Am I wrong or right? Wrong. Then what do I do? Do I need to turn? How much I need to turn? Is that enough? Okay, is that enough? Okay, so I'm going to get there. Okay, so this can be always reinforced. Always reinforced. And then for this, see, this, of course, when you give reinforced, right, they quickly reduce the error. Okay, now for never reinforced, what happened? Never reinforced, they keep going wrong, right? Right here. Right? You don't tell me, so I'm just walk to there. Never reinforced. Okay. Now, we assume this group learn. This group don't learn because based on Skinner. Okay, now Tolman tried. Okay, for this group. For this group, also like the never reinforced group, also didn't tell them anything. But then after 10 days, start to give reinforced. Then you see, after they get reinforced, wow, the rate of error is reduced. So what does that mean? What does this research mean? That means just because you didn't get reinforced, it's not mean they didn't learn at all. Okay? Once the change comes, then they perform. That's called talent learning, latent learning. Okay. For example, you may be sitting in the class, and for some reason you don't do good in the class. Can we assume you didn't learn at all? You can, because maybe in 2 semesters later, your mind suddenly open and you start to have good performance. You start to say, oh, I remember. Okay. Like, you come here, come to Tiffin, from whatever your place, okay? You not try to remember everything surrounding, right? But then if student ask, hey, you live in Tiffin, can you tell me where can I get something? Oh, yeah, on my way. Oh, yeah. Then you suddenly remember the place, right? And that called latent learning. So actually, Tom and this idea give us a hope. Okay, just keep learning. Just keep learning because you never know when you are going to understand the material. Okay, so for example, when I'm your age, anybody you don't like statistics class? You don't like math? Anybody don't like math? Don't like math? Okay. And you know you have to take statistics class, you know that, right? You need to take statistics class. How many of you already take that class? Do you like it?
I like stats.
Okay, why? Because your teacher is what?
You talking about here?
Who is your teacher?
I took stats in high school.
Okay, so you didn't take it, right? Okay, but anyway, I know I teach research design class. When I ask students about their statistics, many students say they don't like it, okay? So actually my example, when I'm in your age, I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all, okay? But for my major, it's required. It's required to have statistics 1, statistics 2. And when I took graduate school education examination in my country, we need to take that exam. I really hate it, but I have to survive. Then when I came to America, I thought I already have statistics class, but my advisor said, you need to take again. So I take again in my second master degree. I still don't like it. When I get to PhD, they say you need to take again. I said, why? But I keep taking, I keep learning, even I don't like it. Then one day, I meet a very good teacher in my PhD. You know, when you're in PhD, you're supposed to be mature, right? But you know, my teacher give us a sticker. Every class, we have a quiz. She always give us 3 stickers if you got 3 questions right. And if you got 2 questions right, 2 stickers, 1 question right, 1 sticker. Then I decide I'm going to get 3 stickers. So I work very hard. Before the class, I practice. So every quiz, the first quiz, I got 3 stickers. Second quiz, 3 stickers. And this stickers. I start to realize the material is good, it's fun. So then I took a second statistic. And then when we have to decide, do you need to get PhD or something called EDD, I asked my advisor, what's different? My advisor said, if you want to get PhD, you need more statistics class. I say, sure. So I get PhD. And right now, actually Saturday here for our graduate class, I teach statistics. I used to hate it. Now I'm teaching that. And I even have fun to teach that. And I think that's proof latent learning. Okay, so the message here is never give up on yourself. I know you have to learn so many classes as an undergraduate student. Science, right? Different science, history, different history, philosophy, right? You need to learn everything. Some subject maybe you like it, some subject you may not like it, but take the chance. Give yourself a chance to learn that subject for that semester. You never know in the future that can be your field, right? And because Tolman say we can learn, okay? Sometimes you don't learn because the sticker didn't come, right? My teacher, before the class, the teachers that teach statistics, they always somehow dry, okay? They don't give me sticker, so I don't know why I should love the class. But then when the sticker come, I start to get better, and I don't believe that because the teacher only, I believe everything I learned before the day already there. Just sticker bring my talent out. right? So that is Tolman's idea. Very easy, okay, very easy. Just tell you, sometimes even not obvious reinforcer can be, during the learning, but they can be useful. They can be useful, okay? They can be useful. And once at the time appropriate they come, then people start to learn. Okay, another one, and we almost done for this chapter. Another one also talk about this. Thinking is pendura. Okay, pendura. Do I have pendura there? Let me see, do I have this phrase? Okay, this one. Pendura. Okay, pendura talk about observation learning. Okay, what mean observation learning? You can learn by just watch. How many you actually you are not the first child at home? You are second one, right? Third one. Did you learn from your siblings' mistake? You don't? You do? Okay, you don't? Why not?
They're boys, so.
Okay, so they are totally different from you. Okay, the same thing for you?
I'm about 30 years old, so we're about
Okay, the age different, right? And you say you do? How do you learn from your sibling?
Because when my brother was acting up at school, then I just know not to be the same.
Right? You know how, if they do something in trouble, then you don't do it, right? But then if you have a sibling, they are same gender, then you may learn from them, okay, that how they dress, then you learn from them. You know, how they do their makeup, and you may learn from them by just observe, right? So Bandura promote the idea, very different from Skinner, because Skinner say you need a personal get that reinforced or personal get punishment to be effective. And Bandura say you don't need a personal get that. You can just watch it and you will know you don't want to get in trouble, right? Okay, so Bandura actually doing this by the research, okay? So this actually Bandura's classical. Who is doing Bandura? Anybody here doing Bandura? Do I not put Bandura's name there in our list? Because I now realize I didn't see any Bandura. Maybe I didn't put his name. Oh, Bandura will blame me. Okay, sorry Bandura. Okay. So actually he put a research called DAW. Okay, so then for this actually is those kind of DAW. If you punch them, they will come back, right? How do you call that? Those DAW. Okay. So then he will have a little kids watch this kind of we call aggressive behavior. Okay. One half of the group, they will see these kids doing this aggressive behavior and get reward. Okay, get reward. Okay. Another group will see this behavior and get punishment. So what happened? Think about if you the kids, little kids, not like a college student, little kids, if you see aggressive behavior and get reward. So they said is after the experiment, when they walk out, a group, they will have arranged somebody, try to give them some laughing at them, okay? And they found the kids, they found the aggressive behavior get reward, they were more likely punching people, okay? But if those kids watch this and they also see punishment, they will more like avoid misbehavior, okay? So actually, okay, let me go back to that. Go back to the part. Okay, so in his theory can be also called social cognitive learning theory, okay? And they emphasize observation and imitation of others, positive consequence. So it's important if you are, I believe a lot of you, maybe your family look at you as a model, right? And so you need to show them, even they may not have experience as you, but whatever you do, you show them that's the right way or wrong way. So for example, if in my class, if in the class and Brendan stand up and walk out, and I didn't say anything, or I even say, hi, have a good day, and that's middle of the class, then what happened after he walked out? I start to see students start to follow him because looks like no trouble. You can just walk on the class, right? But if he walk out in the middle, I said, what are you doing? You go back to sit there. The student will say, oh, teacher is serious. Better not do anything, right? So how many of you are the first child? Do you think your parents work so hard for you? Right? Because you have to set a good model. Whatever you do, the parents don't do anything, then your sibling going to follow, and then it will be very hard for parents to go back to explain and say, well, by the way, but you know what? Please forgive your parents. When they have a first child, they don't really know how to raise the kids. They still struggle themselves. So give them a break. But I still can hear my kids blame me about what I did wrong or stupid. I say, well, I'm a human being myself. Nobody can be perfect, right? Okay. Oh, so we have 5 minutes. Can I have use the 5 minutes to hear your feedback? Then I'll turn the screen to you, and then you can give us what you learned today. Okay, what you learned today, I think will be good for us to know. So should I go from you first? Okay, so you know what I'm doing, right? I want you to know what do you learn today, and I'm going to use mine so then I can avoid the social distance. Okay, what do you learn today?
I learned why positive reinforcement and all that stuff is pretty good.
Okay. Okay, good. What do you learn today?
I learned what makes punishment work, like timing, lines, and consistency matters.
Yeah, consistency matter, right? Can I go to you? Here, what did you learn today?
The different, what was the question?
Yeah? Okay. Try to speak louder, okay? Because I don't know how powerful my phone. Okay, what did you learn today?
I learned that positive reinforcement is gaining something and negative reinforcement is losing something.
Yeah, okay. How about you?
Yeah, how to get punishment to pros to get back from punishment.
Okay, how about you? Pros and cons punishment, right? How about Hunter?
The difference between positive and negative reinforcement.
Okay, how about you? Okay, you say louder?
Positive and negative reinforcement.
Okay. See, this is also a good way to take attendance, see? How about you?
I learned the different examples for partial reinforcement with ratio and all those.
Yeah, very good. How about you?
I learned the difference between fixed and variables.
Yeah? How about you?
About the positive and negative reinforcement.
Okay, can you say one more time?
The positive and negative reinforcement.
Okay, now here. Yeah.
That if punishment doesn't immediately follow behavior, then the person that learned.
Okay. Okay, Brendan?
Punishment is keeping consistent.
Yeah, be consistent, right? Okay, here. I will say you the last. Here. You, here. Here. What do you learn?
That you can learn by watching somebody.
Yeah, you can learn.
Observational learning.
Yeah. You can learn that. Your teacher's crazy, right? Okay, how about you?
I learned what latent learning was today.
Huh?
I learned what latent learning was today.
Yeah?
Okay. And you need me to close it out?
Yeah, no, yeah, you close out.
All right. That's all. Intro to psych. on September 21st. Telling us 10:40 a.m. And we're out.
Okay, so now I'm doing this, and then we'll say, class is over. Where's me? Where me?
You got it's on the back camera, so.
Oh, I thought I can be inside the camera, no? Okay, I see what you say, because we want to have a closing together. Okay, so when I say, Ray, 1, 2, say, class over. How about that? 1, 2, 3.
Class over.
Okay, thank you. Let's give yourself a hand. Thank you, everybody worked so hard for the class. Okay, so I see you